Welcome to Corporate Bhagavad Gita. The phrase on my screen, you can repeat with me. Om Agyanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shrive Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Juktapadaram Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Pariyata Setam Shri Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagan Lita Shri Shahanamurti He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenbandhu Jagatpate Gopeshu Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shivadvasti Pranamami Haripriya Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhuve Vajapatitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So, welcome everyone to Corporate Bhagavad Gita. To Corporate Bhagavad Gita, we completed till text number 4. So, we'll do with text number 5. And this is 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So, here Krishna is going to summarize. He's summarizing the chapter. Actually, he's summarizing the whole Gita again. And Arjuna asked the first question: what is the difference between Tyaga and Sannyas? There's a lot of noise. Can you just mute yourself? Okay. So he asks about difference between Tyaga and Sannyas. So Sannyas is the renounced order of life, and Tyaga is to give up. Activities are based on material desire. So there are two kinds of activities: Nitya Karma and Kamya Karma. Nitya Karma, daily activities. So sannyasi, he does the daily activities. He never does the Kamya Karma. Now, those who are not in the sannyasa order, when they have to follow Tyaga, they have to do Nitya Karmas. Now, if they have to do Kamya Karmas, then the results that they get out of that, they will give those results, give up those results for good cause, back to the Supreme, for welfare of all people, in a detached way, as a duty. So that is Tyaga. And okay, and then he says, some say acts of charity, charity penances, sacrifice should not be abandoned. Some say everything should be given up. So here Krishna is going to talk what is the right understanding. I think we completed text number 4, so text number 5 we will get. Yajna dana tapa karma na tyajam karyamev tat yagyodanam tapaschaiva pavanani manishina. So Krishna says the act of yajna, dana, and tapa, sacrifice, charity, and penances are not to be given up. They must be performed. So one may be sannyasi or grahastha or whatever, Shuddha Bhakta, may not be Shuddha Bhakta. If given opportunity to do sacrifice, charity, and penances, they must be performed. Indeed, they purify even great souls. So those who have already reached very high spiritual perfection, if they further do charity, sacrifice, penances, they become even greater than that. Hmm? They become greater than that. So there are many examples in the Shastras for this. Um, there was a king named Rantidev. Rantidev. Okay, so he kept a fast for almost a month or so, and after the fast, he had to break the fast. But at that point, um, some person comes at his home and he says, "I am hungry." So at that point, he gives the food that he was about to eat to that person. Then later, a person comes with three dogs and he says, "I am thirsty." So what water he is going to drink, that also he gives it to the other person. So he has kept fast for benefit of as a dharma karya. Mm. And when he had to break the fast, these situations happened. Seeing his penances, his sacrifice, his charity, Rantidev was very glorified. And that person who came with three dogs was none other than Indra, Indradev. And he said, "I wanted to test you." The story comes in Srimad Bhagavad also, Rantidev. And there is one more story I want to tell about that. This also comes in Srimad Bhagavad and other Puranas also it comes. So there was a Rakshas or a demon named Vitrasura, and Vitrasura had to be killed, but he was not getting killed. So Indra asked Vishnu, how should we kill? So Vishnu says, you need a weapon which is made from the bones of a Rishi Muni. There was some particular Rishi Muni. You need his bones. So the story comes in Srimad Bhagavad. I guess fifth canto. It's sixth. Huh. Let's see. I'm just trying to find the name of that Rishi. Very great Rishi is. He was actually. Ah, Dadichi. His name was Dadichi. So Vishnu says you need to get the bones of Dadichi and make a weapon out of it. With that weapon, you can kill Vitrasura. So Indra goes to Dadichi and he says that this demon Vitrasura has to be killed and we need your bones. So basically, Dadichi has to die, and he, for the good cause, he gives up his body, and from his body, the bones, Indra makes the weapon and kills Vatrasura. So there are many stories like this. Dadichi was already a Rishi Muni, but his last act of sacrifice, charity, penances was making him glorious and purified more. Like that it is. So, given a chance, we should always perform sacrifice, penances, and yajna. Okay. The yogis should perform acts for advancement of human society. There are many purificatory processes for advancing a human being to spiritual life. The marriage ceremony, for example, is considered to be one of these sacrifices. See, marriage, the vivaha is called vivaha yajna and vivaha sanskar. Both words are used. Vivaha yajna or vivaha sanskar. Samskara means some impression. some very religious, dharmic impression. And yajna is sacrifice. So the person, the man and the woman are entering into grihastha ashram, shram. So the shram that word ends with is means there is hard work in it. Now when you do hard work, you get some result that you are going to offer it to Krishna. In the Vivaha Yajna, there is this Yajna Kunda, right? And the husband and wife have to go around it, circle it like 7 times something. Okay, you all must have done that. That Yajna Kund is nothing but the tongue of Vishnu. So whatever mantras and grains and ghee and whatever has been put, everything has been offered to Krishna. So it's a Vivaha Yajna. Should a sannyasi who is a renounced order of life and who has given up his family encourage marriage ceremony? So sannyasi should encourage marriage ceremony or not? The Lord says here that any sacrifice that is meant for human welfare should never be given up. So marriage yajna, vivaha sanskara is meant for human welfare. Why? Because Vivaha Yajna, marriage ceremony, is meant to regulate the human mind so that it can become peaceful for spiritual advancement. For most men, the Vivaha Yajna should be encouraged even by persons in renounced order of life. Sannyasi should never associate with women. But that does not mean that one who is in the lower stages of life, a young man, should not accept a wife in marriage ceremony. All prescribed sacrifices are meant for achieving the Supreme Lord. Therefore, in the lower stages, they should not be given up. Similarly, charity is for the purification of the heart. If charity is given to a suitable person, as described previously, it leads one to advanced spiritual life. So a sannyasi may have given up everything, but when he sees that there is a person who is not at that level, he is at some other level, spiritually, materially. For them, definitely he should encourage Vivaha Yajna. It's a dharmic life. It should not be free mixing of boy and girl. So they may not associate with women, but they should know that this is a yajna, it's a samskara, and should support it and encourage it. Okay. So like that, a sannyasi may think that okay, this Vivaha Yajna is not meant for me. No. It's not meant for you, but it is meant for human beings. It's meant for other beings. They are not at your level. Like that. So when given opportunity for sacrifice, charity, penances, the sannyasi should not give it up, but encourage it. Like that. That's the meaning of it. Similarly, charity is given for purification of heart. If charity is given to suitable person, as described previously, it leads one to advanced spiritual life. So charity given to a Brahmana, charity given to a Vaishnava, we discussed this, then they will properly utilize it. So when our money is properly utilized, then what will happen? Then we will get all the punya of doing that charity, doing that dana. Right? So it helps one to advance. एतान्यपि तु कर्माणि संगहत वक्ता फलानि च कर्तव्यानीति मे पार्थ निश्चितं मतम उत्तमम निश्चितम means definitely, matam my opinion is the best. My opinion is the best. My opinion is definitely the best. This is my definitely best opinion. Like that. All these activities should be performed without attachment or any expectation of result. They should perform a matter of duty. O son of Pratap, this is my final opinion. So, yeah, whatever we do, we should do it as a matter of duty, and they should it should not have any attachment or any expectation. If we get something out of it, it is not that we were doing it for that to get something out of it. No, we were doing things according to our duty. Any questions here? Okay. Although all sacrifices are purifying, one should not accept any result by such performances. In other words, all sacrifices are meant for material advancement in life should be given up. But sacrifice that purifies one's existence and elevate one to spiritual platform should not be stopped. Everything that leads to Krishna consciousness must be encouraged. In Srimad Bhagavatam also, it is said that any activity which leads to devotional service of the Lord should be accepted. That is the highest criteria for religion. A devotee of the Lord should accept any kind of work, sacrifice, or charity which will help him in discharge devotional service to the Lord. Now, what happens with some people in spirituality is like they think that all this charity, sacrifice, penances, these are not required. Okay, they are thinking like that because they say, I have given up everything, right? So now what is the point of doing all this? While Krishna says, no, don't think like that. See if those sacrifices, charity, and penances are helping him in becoming more spiritual or not. Then do it. If it is not going to help, then don't do it. Like that. So that's the proper thinking. In Srimad Bhagavatam also it is said that activity which leads to devotional service of the Lord should be accepted. That is the highest criteria for religion. The devotee of the Lord should accept or any kind of work, sacrifice or charity which will help him in discharge of devotional service to the Lord. So you see, if a devotee of the Lord should accept any kind of work, sacrifice, or charity which will help him. Yeah. So the way to do things is that whether it is beneficial for my spiritual life or not. That is the consideration. If it is beneficial, then only do it. I may be repeating the same point, but it's a very important consideration to be done. नियतस्य तु संन्यासः कर्मणो नोपपद्यते मोह मोहत मोहात मोहात तस्य परित्यागस तामसः परिकीर्तितः. Prescribed duty should never be renounced. If one gives up a prescribed duty because of illusion, such renunciation is said to be a mode of ignorance. What is the result of mode of ignorance? Can someone tell? Yeah. What is the result of mode of ignorance? What is the result of mode of goodness, mode of passion? Anyone?
Uh, the result of mode of goodness is actually peace and
Hmm. peace, happiness,
Happiness,
yeah.
yes.
And mood
Yeah.
of passion and ignorance.
Uh, Mode of passion is actually, so it will lead to a distress actually. Yeah. And
Yes, and mode of ignorance.
it's madness, bro. Like,
Madness, right?
yeah,
Madness.
yeah,
Yeah. Murkhata.
yes.
So if one gives up his prescribed duty, then it is murkhata.
Mm.
um, like um, if it is a duty of a person to take care of his family and all that, but he gives up, he says it's too much of hard work, or I don't want to do this, I want to run away, then everybody is in problem. He himself is in problem, and others also in problem. So it's kind of madness. Okay. Work for material satisfaction should must be given up. But activities promote one to spiritual activities like cooking for the Supreme Lord, offering food to the Lord, and then accepting the food are recommended. It is said that a person in renounced order of life should not cook for himself. Cooking for oneself is prohibited. But cooking for oneself is prohibited, but cooking for the Supreme Lord is not prohibited. Similar, sannyasi might perform a marriage ceremony to help the disciple in advancement of Krishna consciousness. If one renounces such activities, it is to be understood that he is acting in mode of darkness. Very interesting example is given of cooking. Cooking for oneself is prohibited. Generally, we cook for ourselves, right? But
Yes,
Bhagavad
bro.
Gita is saying it is prohibited. So, whom should we cook for? The Supreme Lord. Now, why? Do you know any Shastri quote where cooking is connected with Krishna? Yes,
Prabhuji, Govardhan Puja.
yes, Govardhan Puja, yes, that is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I talked about Shastric reason, na? So, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yume Bhakta Prayachati. That verse I was looking for. Probably ninth chapter. Yeah, 9.26. Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhakta Prayachati Tadaham Bhakti Upaharitam Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. So Krishna says, give me with love and devotion. What? Leaf, flower, fruit, water. Krishna then will take away the papa from it, and what we get is prasad. When we offer, it is called bhoga or naivedya. When we get it back, we call it prasad. Prasad is something like a mercy. English word, sorry. um, but prasad has the power to make us spiritually advance. Why? Because it is tasted by Krishna. Okay. So cooking should be done for Krishna, and then you partake the prasad. It is not like we should not eat. No, this doesn't mean that. It means whatever you eat, offer it to Krishna and then eat. There's another verse, Yat Korosi Yad Ashnasi Yad Juasi Tadaditat. Yat Korosi Yad Ashnasi. What is this? 9.27. Oh, the very next verse is यत् करोसि यद् अस्नासि यत् जुहासि ददासि यत् तपस्यसि कौन्तेय तत् कुरुष्व मद अर्पणम. So whatever we eat, we should offer it to Krishna. So Krishna is already telling us, so we should come back to that understanding. Okay, so we were here. Dukkham iti eva yat karma kaya klesha भया भयात तजेत सकृत्वा राजस्वान योगिनम योगम सॉरी सकृत्य राजस्थान नैव नैव त्याग फल लभेत. Anyone who gives up prescribed duty as troublesome or out of fear for bodily discomfort is said to be renounced in order of passion. Such action never leads to elevation of renunciation. Just because someone gives up duty because it is very troublesome, there is some trouble involved in it, there is some hard work involved in it, then it is mode of passion, it is misery. Like, we're talking about cooking, but it's a prescribed duty of the mother to cook for the child, right? But if she says, oh, it's too much painful, I won't cook, then that renunciation is a mode of passion which will result into misery. What will be the misery? The child won't grow properly, it won't get nutrients, like that. So one should consider from various angles, what does this is this activity beneficial or not. One who is in Krishna conscious should not give up earning money out of fear that he is performing fruitive activities. Another thought Prabhupada is mentioning here, that some devotees think that, oh, I am earning. Then sorry, I just lost. Yeah. Some devotees, they think that I am earning, so I am doing a materialistic activity because I'm earning money and all that, and spirituality money is not allowed, like that. Some people have this kind of idea. Okay, but the real understanding is what you have to do your duty, and if your duty is to earn money for the livelihood of the family, then that is your duty. Should not give up. Hmm? It is by working one can engage his money in Krishna consciousness, or by rising early in the morning, one can advance in transcendent activity, Krishna conscious activities. One should not desist out of fear or because such activities are considered troublesome. Such renunciation is in the mode of passion. The results of the passionate work is always miserable. If a person renounces work in that spirit, gets he never gets the result of renunciation. Okay, it's straightforward. Karyam. Karyam iti eva yat karma niyatam kriyate Arjuna संगतक्ता फलम चैव सत्यागः सात्विकी मतो. Oh, Arjuna, when one performs his prescribed duty, one only because it ought to be done, and renounces all material association and all the attachment of the fruit, his renunciation is said to be in the mode of goodness. So, if you remember in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is saying that I don't want to fight. So, basically, he was saying I don't want to do my prescribed duty of being a king and protecting its citizen and fighting with the enemy. So Krishna is explaining him the same way that don't give up your duty, do it for the sake of doing it, okay? And then the result that you get, you offer it to the Supreme. So is Krishna is hammering that same concept again and again. Prescribed duties must be performed with this mentality. One should not act without attachment for result. He should be disassociated from the mode of work. A person working Krishna consciousness is in a factory does not associate himself with the works of the family factory nor with the workers of the factory. He simply works for Krishna, and when he gives up the result for Krishna, he is acting transcendentally. Just a minute. Okay, again same, the duty point has come, so we'll go forward. न द्वेष्टि अकुलुष न द्वेष्ट न द्वेष्टि न द्वेष्टिय कुशलम अकुशलम कर्म कुशले नानुपज्यते पज्यते त्यागी सत्य समाविष्टो मेधावी छिन्न संशयः. A person in Krishna consciousness mode of goodness does not have to hate anyone or anything which troubles his body. He does not work in a proper place and proper time without fearing the troublesome effects of his duty. Such a person situated in transcendence should be understood to be most intelligent and beyond any doubts. Such a person situated in transcendence should be understood to be most intelligent beyond all doubts in his activities. Okay. Okay, we'll go to this verse also. Any questions at this point?
No problem.
Okay. न हि देहवृत्य सख्यम शक्यम न हि देहवृत्ता शक्यम त्यक्तुम त्यक्तुम कर्माणि नक्तुम कर्माणि अशेषत यस्तुम कर्म फल त्यागी सत्य सत्यागिति अभिधीयते. It is indeed impossible for embodied beings to give up all activities, but he who renounces the fruit of action is called one who has truly renounced. So here Krishna is giving the meaning of tyaga. What it is? Um, whatever actions we perform, we'll definitely get some results from fruit. That we will offer it to Krishna. Such a person is truly realized. That is what is the truly tyagi definitions. It is said in Bhagavad Gita that one can never give up work at any time. Therefore, he who works for Krishna and does not enjoy the fruitive results, who offers everything to Krishna, is actually a renouncer. There are many members of the ISKCON Society for Krishna Consciousness who earn very hard in their work, in their office, or in the factory, or sometimes or some other place where there are many members. Okay, such high-rated souls are actually sannyasis and are situated in the renounced road of life. It's clearly outlined here how to renounce the work, fruits of work, and what purpose fruits should be renounced. Okay. Anishtam ishtam mishram cha trividham त्रिविधम कर्मणः फलम भवत भवत्य भवत्य did we read this trividham karma okay. For he who is not renounced the threefold fruits of action, desirable, undesirable, and mixed, accrue after death. But those who are renounced out of life have no such result to suffer or enjoy. A person in Krishna consciousness acting in knowledge of his relationship with Krishna is always liberated. Therefore, he does not have to enjoy or suffer the result of his work. Okay. Can someone comment on this verse? Yes, those who are not renounced. Yeah.
They they earn something actually, Prabhu. Like either it's a papa or punya. Like
Yeah. What you said is right. Pap or punya, both things accrue, and then in the next life is decided actually, because the person has to suffer or has to enjoy. But
yes,
if
yes,
one is renounced, what he does is he doesn't do activities which are not favorable to Krishna consciousness. Even if they are favorable to Krishna consciousness, he may do it, but the results he will give back to Krishna. So he's not getting entangled. Okay.
mm,
So he doesn't have to suffer or enjoy. You know. Okay. This is a very nice verse. We will just read it. Next week we will discuss. Oh mighty armed Arjuna, according to Vedanta, there are 5 causes of accomplishment of all actions. Now listen of these from me. So Vedanta Sutra, right? It explains how how an action is performed in the body, how it is performed. Okay, so 5 things are the causes. The place of action, this body itself, the performer who is doing it, the various senses, the various different kinds of endeavors, and ultimately the super soul. These are 5 factors of action. Now let's say any one of these is not favorable. Sometimes the body is in disease state. Then what will happen? Then the quality of that action is compromised, right? Quality is compromised. Like let's say the body. The body is where all the activities are going on. And if the body is not healthy, then you can't do much, right? No, not much spiritual activity you can do. The performer, the Atma. If the Atma is not aligned with the Paramatma or in yoga, then what will happen? Then there will be no action only. The various senses. Oh, sometimes we see only parents are interested in spiritual life, but children they are not interested. So like that, everyone may have a different kind of attitude and convictions. So in any action that we perform, that purpose should be known by the performer. Then he will be happy. Okay, so next is various senses. So we do all activities using our senses. This is very clear. So if one of the senses goes bad, if eyes goes bad, we become blind, we won't be able to perform nicely. Various kinds of endeavors. To do something, so much effort we have to put, right? Then the many different kinds of endeavors. Many attempts are made. Okay, many attempts are made. So all that contributes. And ultimately the supreme. It is the super soul who sanctions it. Okay, you did put so much effort and all this. You have to get this result. Okay, so as a neutral person, he does that. And in some cases, very rare cases, he doesn't give anything. Okay, so it's a rare case. In most of the time, he gives. So for all these five, which one is the most powerful one?
The super soul.
Yeah, super soul. So super soul, he sanctions it basically. Without him, nothing works. I always give this example of bulldozer. Where is the bulldozer example? Hmm. See, this bulldozer, the machine is there, the driver is there, the machine is strong, various attempts we can make through it, right?
Yes,
But
yes.
will he start digging?
No.
Will he start digging? Just because he has the money, he has the will, he's healthy, he'll just get his JCB machine and then start digging. Is it going to happen like that?
Prabhuji, so he needs permission to dig, no?
Yes, he needs permission. So that permission is what Vedanta Sutra says that ultimately the super soul provides. We may have everything, but if we don't have the super soul's support, we cannot do it like that. So this is how Vedanta Sutra explains. We will again discuss this next week. Um, we have some time, but it's fine. Like we can take this topic. This is a very important topic. So um, let's do this next week. No problem. So any questions or comments today? Any questions or comments?
Prabhuji, in the previous sloka, Therefore, other than renouncers, there were three qualities of results, like
Three groups of
desirable,
desirable,
undesirable,
undesirable mix.
and mixed. So, is the was it discussed earlier, like this mixed one, like favorable, this mixed action, mixed result.
Just yeah, yeah. It will be there. Some explanation will be there. What does that mean? Mm, okay. Okay, I have some understanding. I will tell, but I just want to see whether that's the right understanding or not.
Mhm.
Basically, see, whatever we do in this world, now we do because there is something that we like to achieve. So we will do. So that's the desirable.
Yeah,
But
Prabhu.
some work we do where we get undesirable things, and then some work we do where we get something desired and something undesired, like that.
Mhm.
So let me just check. Let me just check if there is some explanation. So what happens is everyone in this world wants something which is desirable, right? So accrue means that it gets accumulated. That desire to get those things now get accumulated. Uh, let's see. Where were we? Is it 12 shloka or what?
18.
Ah, okay. This one. See, you can put it in simple like punya or papa. Punya is something we desire. Papa is
Mhm.
something we don't desire. And mixed is punya and pap both are there in it. Like that. So if we accrue punya, then we have to enjoy it in the next life. If we accrue papa, then we have to suffer it in the next life. Okay.
Yeah, okay, Prabhu.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, we can take examples like punya. Um, let's say somebody does kamya karma. He does a puja where one can go to the heavenly planets, and he gets the result also. Now, what will happen? What will happen?
Uh, he he will go to
Yeah, he will
even
go. He has to go. So it's like this.
yeah,
It's like this. You win. Your company gives you a ticket to
yeah,
Switzerland. Say 3 days
yeah,
ticket. What will you do? You cannot transfer it to anyone.
correct,
So
correct,
you tell your wife, let's go.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
So it's like that.
yeah,
This punya is like that. It is forced. It is forced.
yeah.
Even if you want
And
it,
after
don't want.
3 days, you have to come back.
Uh,
Like I
yeah,
cannot
coming
stay
back
more.
is there, but this is the
Hmm.
thing. The punya thing is like this. And what is papa? Papa is something like the judge gives some statement.
Yeah.
You'll be fined
Hmm.
15,000 rupees. You will be put to jail for six
Hmm.
months or 1 month. You cannot
Hmm.
do anything. Can you run away from there? No, the police will catch you and throw you. This is undesirable.
Yeah, Prabhu.
And mixed is something, like
In between these two.
yeah, it's not
Mixed.
exactly papa, it's not exactly punya.
Yeah.
But it is something like desirable, undesirable. Meaning something like, couple, they like to beat each other. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But when they have sexual intercourse, then what will happen? The baby will come.
Come, yeah,
This is
yeah,
something they unexpected, right?
yeah, yeah,
So
Prabhu.
that is
Okay.
mixed. So that is
Yes.
mixed.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you,
Something like
Prabhu.
that,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yes.
We can expand meanings, but
Yes.
yeah. But what
Yeah.
happens with all this is not the desire to enjoy doesn't go away. Okay.
Mm.
So one who works without desires for this fruit is not subjected to him. So if he can give up those results, right, then it is best for him. If he does it as a duty, then it is best for him. So let's say some papa one has done in previous life, therefore in this life he can get some disease. Okay. Now he can treat that disease, he can go through the suffering of that disease. And along with that, he can continue his spiritual life. When he does that, because of that quality of tolerance and being focused on spiritual life, slowly all the karmas are getting rid of. Like that it is. And if one has punya from previous life and he has got a place to enjoy, okay, he has huge sum of money, very good parentage and all that. See, there are two kinds of rich people. Now, one who want to uh, gratify themselves, right? They just want to enjoy themselves. And there are second kind of rich people. They say so much is given to me, I need to distribute it to the people, right? So they distribute it. They do a lot of charity like that. Um, so one is coming out of the tendency, enjoying tendency, and he's becoming more detached, like that. Hmm? Okay. The key thing is yat kurosi yad asnasi. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, offer it to me. That is the key thing. Offer it to Krishna. Like that it is. Next week we will discuss this very very important Vedanta Sutra concept. These five causes of action. Hmm?
Okay, Prabhu.
Any other question or comment?
No problem.
Any other question or comment? Okay.